The day my mother slammed the door in my face was the day I lost my entire family. I was 24, standing beside the man I loved, Marcus. He was kind, honest, and the only person who had ever made me feel completely safe. But to my family, none of that mattered. All they saw was that he was black. My mother looked me in the eyes and said, "If you marry him, you are no longer my daughter." I waited for someone to defend me. My father looked away. My brother stayed silent. With tears running down my face, I took Marcus's hand and walked away. I thought they would calm down eventually. I was wrong. For the next 9 years, my family acted as if I no longer existed. Starting over wasn't easy. Marcus and I lived in a tiny apartment and struggled to pay bills. Some months we had to choose between buying new clothes or fixing something broken in the apartment. But through every hardship, Marcus stood beside me. When our daughter Maya was born, he cried harder than I did. "She's perfect," he whispered while holding her. A few years later, our son Jordan arrived. Our home wasn't luxurious, but it was filled with laughter, love, and warmth. Meanwhile, my family never called. Not on birthdays. Not on holidays. Not even when my father suffered a minor heart attack. I only heard about it through distant relatives. The rejection hurt, but I learned to live without them. Or at least I thought I had. 9 years after being disowned, someone knocked on my front door. When I opened it, I froze. My mother stood there. She looked older than I remembered. Her hair had turned gray, and her face carried deep lines. For a moment, I thought she had come to apologize. Maybe she finally missed me. Maybe she wanted to meet her grandchildren. Tears filled my eyes. "Mom." She didn't hug me. She didn't even smile. Instead, she asked, "Can I come in?" Something about her voice felt cold. But she was still my mother, so I stepped aside. That decision changed everything. As soon as she sat down, she looked around the house. Marcus was helping the kids with homework in the next room. "Nice place," she said. "Thank you," I replied. There was an awkward silence before she finally spoke. "I need your help." My heart sank. Not, "I miss you." Not, "I'm sorry." Not, "How have you been?" She needed something. She explained that my brother had started a business that failed badly. He had accumulated huge debts and was at risk of losing his house. Then she looked directly at me. "I heard Marcus owns several successful properties now." I stared at her. Over the years, Marcus had worked incredibly hard and built a successful real estate business. "You want money?" I asked quietly. My mother nodded. "Family helps family." The words felt like a knife in my chest. Family. They had abandoned me for 9 years. Now suddenly I was family again. That evening, after she left, I sat in silence. Marcus wrapped his arm around me. "You don't owe them anything," he said gently. I knew he was right. Still, part of me wanted my mother's love. The next day she returned. This time, I asked her a question. "If Marcus had never become successful, would you be here?" She couldn't answer. Her silence said everything. Then Maya walked into the room. "Grandma?" she asked. My mother's eyes filled with tears as she looked at the granddaughter she had never met. For the first time, I saw regret on her face. Years she could never get back. Birthdays she missed. Memories she chose to throw away. She began crying. "I made a terrible mistake," she whispered. My mother broke down completely. "I lost 9 years with my daughter because of my own prejudice," she said through tears. "And I lost 9 years with these beautiful children." For the first time, her apology felt genuine. I cried too. Not because the pain disappeared, but because I had waited so long to hear those words. Marcus walked into the room and quietly sat beside me. My mother turned to him. "I treated you unfairly," she said. "You didn't deserve any of it." Marcus simply nodded. Then she asked for forgiveness. Not money. Not favors. Forgiveness. It wasn't easy. Some wounds take years to heal. But I looked at my children and realized I didn't want them growing up carrying the same bitterness that had divided our family. So I forgave her. Slowly, carefully, one step at a time, we rebuilt our relationship. My brother eventually faced the consequences of his choices and learned to stand on his own. As for my mother, she became a loving grandmother who never missed another birthday. Sometimes people ask if I regret marrying Marcus. I always smile. Because losing my family was the most painful thing I ever experienced. But marrying Marcus gave me something even greater. A family built on love instead of prejudice. And in the end, that love was strong enough to bring even a broken family back together. Red Heart.